Yeah, no, it is heavy.
Wait a minute, leave it run. Yeah. What a tub.
That's good right there.
When was the last time you used one of these? This is old school. Look how easy that is for an old guy.
1978 XS1100, switching out handlebars. These things here, what'd you say it looked like earlier, Dad? It's like you're pushing a tiller.
No, your rototiller is garden handlebars.
These are like rototiller. You know, they just feel really uncomfortable. To be honest, it's not just that these bars are going to actually look better; they're going to feel better, and it's just going to be so much more of a sportier feel on this bike because it is kind of a sports bike from the '70s. So, anyway, that's what we're getting into here, and it's a pretty straightforward. Hopefully, you know, every time I say that, it ends up being an issue, but this should be pretty quick, and we'll just get right into it. First part of the job is undoing these factory do not break original zip ties.
Yeah, 14,000 mile.
So
I bought originally in 78.
No, I take that back. The first job is protecting the tank.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Because it's not perfect by any means, but for being a survivor tank, we're going to keep this thing a bit of like a really cleaned up, nice looking survivor. So
yeah, original seat cover and tank paint and everything, and that's not a good workbench, especially when your father's hovering over top of you.
And as he was saying, this bike was bought brand new by the cameraman.
I put 13,000 miles on it. I sold it to a long-time employee. Let's say 06 or 08. I think you said on the last video, Dan, it was 011, but I think he bought it after I bought my Harley Ferguson.
Oh, I was thinking he bought it after we sold the business. That's right.
No, I bought the Harley Ferguson, and it sat around for about a year. I didn't run it, and the roof leaked on a little bit, so I sold it to a long-time employee at our business, and he only put 1,000 or 1,500 miles on it, so I sold it at 13 and change, and there's 14 and change on this from new.
Went from, sorry to Harley owners, but it went from a bike that people like to ride on to a bike that people like to work on.
But this has, first thing I did, first day, was put the Kirker header on it. I had to have noise. The stock pipes, they look good. And it ripped with those on, but man, I needed to make some rackets, so I bought a new chrome Kirker. So that's the original Kirker from 1978. Not too many of them around. Has the emblem. Still pretty nice shape. We're going to touch it up. Has the boom tube with the guts.
I put them back in.
Yeah, and yeah, his neighbors appreciated that, but I ran it with the straight to the collector and didn't put the boom tube on it because it ran better and pulled better.
So job one's done with the covering the tank. Job two, getting the original zip ties off without breaking them. And now job three is to try to get these caps out without damaging the paint, which is the hardest part. We can touch up with something, you know, I probably have yeah, I do. I have an electronic screwdriver that will probably make this job actually even easier. Yeah, that's the way to go. Try to use the old marks. Looks like these were probably only taken off once or twice, so I'm trying to use my screwdriver where the old screwdriver went in so that there's only one set of marks. We'll still touch this up. This thing's not going to get like a restoration or anything, but it's just going to get like a really good survivor slash you know,
reclamation.
Yeah, I get it really rideable, get it in good working order, and then just clean.
I took those off. I took those caps off and loosened everything up. I think the first week I had it just to adjust the height of the handlebars. They were so dorky, I thought I could turn them somehow.
Twist the dork out of them? Yeah,
twist the dork out of it. It just didn't work out that way. I mean, I always said my wrist always hurt if I rode for any length of time because.
But anyway, part three of the job is just loosening up everything that's on the handlebars and getting it ready to come off. Just a number 8 screw here. This is a number 6 metric. We'll be using a T-handle for those. Then these are just Phillips bits. And then what we're thinking that we should be able to do is once this is loose, we should be able to pull everything off this left side, put it on the new handlebar. then pull everything off this right side, move it, get the old handlebar out of the way, slide this stuff technically right back onto the new handlebar, and bolt it right back up. This should be a really quick, easy job. So see if it cooperates. Hopefully it does. And these handlebars aren't different enough that this shouldn't really be. Uh-oh. I thought I could break these loose without, because it's already a little bit loose on the end, but this is still glued pretty good here. All right, top tip, I thought that this was gonna come off super easy because it's the 1978, these are the original grips, but they're on there pretty good. Anyway, top tip, air nozzle. All you do is just get the air going, put it in right here on the end, or it does work from the hole. Either way, I'll probably do it from here. Just a couple hits with the air and this grip should come flying off.
Oh, wow.
Simple as that.
Coolness.
All right, last part of the coming off process is just breaking these loose. And if they're gonna put up a bit of a fight, because these could be, another tip is always go with some constant pressure to the tight, then try to go back loose and you should have some success. Like that. Same thing here, it feels like it's gonna strip. If you just put some good pressure on it, just hold to the tight, go back the other way, and it should come right off. Just gonna skip the other process and, oh, there we go. It does go out over the ignition. Never even noticed that. All right.
Here's all we need to do.
So this, in theory, should work pretty easily. We should have enough slack to pull the handlebar to the side and get our stuff off of this stuff. Can this come in? Oh, that's why, dummy. That actually is not going to come in anymore. We should be all right though. Or maybe we just have to do the other side first. We'll see. And as you know, with everything with this bike, these handlebars are gonna go in the coofer or whatever Mulholland word my dad wants to use. Uncle, what's porch with the mayonnaise jar or whatever?
They're gonna go Funkel Magnum's porch in a mayonnaise jar. Just to keep every piece that comes off of anything that you work on to refurbish. Keep it all.
All right, so that's that side. We're just gonna snug this. It's obviously not gonna be permanent where we put it here, but we just wanna get this stuff as far in towards the center. That's pretty much in as far as it'll go because of the bend. Then we're just gonna snug this up to just hold it in place for now. And then we can hopefully, like I said, if everything cooperates and goes as planned, we should be able to do the same thing on the other side. Got the ape hangers off.
What's that? 43 years. Those dork bars are on there. Look, tell me those don't look like a rototiller for your garden handlebars or something. I don't know what they were thinking.
All right, so got the brake on. Got the you know what? That's gonna need, I thought there would be enough grease under there from the, because we just had this to our master mechanic, and but more of the grease pulled off of there than I thought. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and grease that a little bit more. Just a little. You don't want to go nuts here. You just want to put a little bit on there.
Is that Dr. Zog's?
It's what was the lady's name back in the day that she had like the sex toy show on network? What was her name?
The little squeaky little old lady. Oh yeah, I'll think of it. Oh man, look in there going on.
What?
Funkadelic under there.
Where?
See that?
Yeah, it needs painted. All right, does this go? Goes under. All right, so we got that. Wipe our excess off. Wipe our XS1100 off of there.
What do you mean?
No, we had excess.
Oh, excess. Look, there's a little. Look what's going on in here under those bars.
That's from decades of.
What's that? Oh, that's wax.
That's wax. See, that's how you know your
Look.
son
Wax
took care of
on.
your stuff for you.
No, that
you
was
tell me
a-
to go downstairs and wax it. I even would wax under the handlebars.
Look at that, wax on, wax off. Right
All
there.
right, so
Oh, look at a sticker under here. We got a original sticker under there.
where?
Isn't that a sticker or something? Or some information there?
No, that's from the gnarled. Is that the word? Gnarled. Okay, first issue. Slightly.
Yeah, did you get a look at the routing?
Yeah, these cables are going to be a little bit long now, but we're going to still get it into place, and we'll worry about the routing later. We're not even 1,000% sure what these bars are going to be like. So before we get too involved, we're just going to get them into place and get an eyeball and stuff.
Ooh, does that make a difference? You know, when we stood them up, there was a slight difference. Now that they're on there,
Oh, it's night and day.
massive difference.
Oh, 100%.
So you can lean forward into the wind. When you run those bars before, you're sitting absolutely dead
Yeah,
straight
you're
up.
chicken winging.
Yeah, dead
lean
straight
forward at
up,
all.
sitting, and you fought the wind against your chest, and your wrists hurt. So
See,
this,
and these should be
oh, that's badass.
like that, right?
Yeah,
More up than,
yeah, I would say, yeah.
but we have to watch with we don't want them down, but like right about there, I'd say. Don't you think?
Yeah, it looks about right. Is that kind of clear to smell?
I mean, I'm gonna measure and get them perfect side to side, but I just want to do a quick test fit to see,
just snug 'em.
just to see what all we're gonna, what we're gonna have to get into as far as changing some of the routing and some of the.
Wow, what a difference.
We're just gonna go right about something like that, just for the test fit. Okay, that's not even that tight, but that's where we're stopping. Because this is just like a little test run to see what all is going to need changed, if this is even going to be completely able to just be a plug and play thing. We should be okay. Probably just going to have to loosen up some of the old zip ties and just stuff some cables and wires around a little bit differently. Like just by moving that a little bit helped, so.
Oh, what? That just cleared that tack over, right?
Yeah. You a little bit more excited now?
I'll let you know in a half hour or so. No, I'm telling you, if I'd known that in 1978 or 9, when I thought, what a dorky way to be stood up right into the wind. It just was, but 13,000 miles. Maybe that's why I only rode it 13,000 miles. It was so uncomfortable. Now this lean forward would keep me leaning into the wind. You know how I used to ride and take a little bit longer ride? Would be like the flat trackers. I'd put my arm low on the left side and just duck down and have my head by the gauges just because I get so tired with my back. Although a year off a broken back. I just broke my back in 77, so maybe that had a little something to do with it.
A little something.
Those mirrors are going to be a monstrosity now since you got the little bars.
Well, if nothing
Those mirrors
else,
are going to look like
they're going to go
hanging on.
they're going to go up in the closet with the
No,
old bars, maybe.
No, you're going to leave those mirrors on there. When an enthusiast, a vintage enthusiast looks, you got to have the goods. He's talking about taking turn signals off and de-gutting this and de-gutting that, and you know, I'm the opposite. You know, I don't change nothing. I rarely change my underwear, let alone change something on this bike. But so far, I'm liking these bars. I'm glad I thought of it. No, I was clear against it. He wouldn't got them anyhow. So you can see who runs this ranch. I didn't want these bars. He got them anyhow, and you see what we're doing. New bars.
This will get glued and stuff, but for now I just want to put it on so I can measure see where this stuff goes. I'm switching sides with this though.
What do you mean?
The spacer was over there, but due to this big thing, it's not going to fit over there. I need to leave the reservoir right up tight against the throttle on that side. So, and I don't want to lose this spacer, so we're just going to move it over here. Obviously, we'll do like the ergonomics and stuff once everything's complete. I think we're going to be fine. I really do. I think we're perfectly fine with the routing of everything. We're just going to have to feed some more kind of down under the gauges, and we're going to be golden. Just like you see here, just this stuff just needs, if you come around here, Dad, right under the tank here is a bracket that holds this stuff. And there's always plenty of play to feed a little bit more down, and just to clean that up a little bit, I'll probably do something like that and just kind of leave it be. Because you don't realize it, but the whole time that you're riding around the other bars, they weren't going perfectly down under. The way it is right now is perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt anything. Oh, you know what? This isn't fuel injected. As I twist that throttle, I'm dumping fuel into the carbs. That feels pretty nice right where everything's at, though. But I am going to want to, as a last ditch thing, is these bars do need moved over. I could tell when I was doing them that they weren't straight, but I just wanted to see if we were going to get away with just doing a swap.
Look at the difference how far out this is from the old bars.
Yeah.
Just an adjustment because you had to crowd everything. Although it was about a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch shoved to one side.
I think I will maybe, because this boot, if you show it, Dad, this boot is dry rotted anyway. Right here, the boot is dry rotted, and this cable could use replaced anyway to the master, this brake line, and it's real short. I could just order a shorter one with a new boot and everything and just replace that probably. I'll probably end up doing that because the way that this is routed, it is kind of a little bit long now, and it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to be perfectly fine to ride, but it jets out, hits the headlight, and there's nowhere really to change the way that that's mounted. So, but okay, and to get a good side-to-side measurement to make sure that these things are in, as centered as possible, what we're doing is we're taking the tape measure from the edge of this 6mm socket head bolt and going to the very end of this grip, then from the edge of this Allen head bolt the whole way out to the edge of this grip, and that should give us a really good measurement on exactly how centered these are. And on this side, we're right at 34 millimeters, and on this side we're at 34 millimeters. So we're dead nuts right now, and we'll just run this in tight. The only thing we might want to check is
Do you want to come up a little?
Yeah, maybe go up just a touch, just like that. Okay, that's good. last little snug with this to make sure that we're decently tight. All right, we're all tightened up. Last thing to do is to put our Allen head covers back on. And just so these don't fall off from vibration, there's a chance I might pull these back out and just put a wee little bit of silicone on them because these fit perfect, and I doubt anybody will even believe us that those are OEM. But they're on there new. These zip ties, though, are still going to go back on, even though they're not completely doing their job correctly, because we did the way that we changed the layout of these cables. They're not really going to do their job, but we don't want to lose them, and the best place for them is right back here on the bike. So okay, go ahead and cut that and pick it up, Dad. We went from this. You can just see by the way they're sitting there that they look pretty bad. And I'll look to see if I can find an old picture or something to put on the screen of how he used to sit on this bike. But here he is, after a long time.
43 years of this.
Yeah. And
now I can go like this, and just as this is where you're supposed to ride from. And I can't believe I suffered all those years
and
with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. I'll look for a picture.
Wrist after you're running a while too, man. I cannot believe how cool it is. And you know what? These are notorious for slow handling when you're turning a corner or doing a circle 8 or something like that. And I'll guarantee you, I can do a no dab all day long with this thing now.
Thank you for watching Twist Moto.
And keep it lit.